Tutorial for Nocode HQ, and today we'll be building a mobile e-commerce app using Adalo. So basically this will be an app maybe for your online store where users can look at products and browse through different products and purchase them. And purchases will be done using Stripe, and a new order will be created and you can then fulfill this order. And it's a mobile app which works on both Android and Apple devices and built using Adalo without any code. So you just need an Adalo account for this, and you can create a free account and start building your first apps for free. So after logging in into Adalo and clicking on create a new app, you will be shown this pop-up. And let's go through this together. So first of all, we want to create a native mobile app. So let's click next. We want to have a blank template basically, so no template. Let's click next, and you can specify the branding. So first of all, I'm going to give my app a name, e-commerce, and you can choose the primary color and the secondary color of your app, and you can choose whatever you like. I'm just going to leave it like this maybe, and I'm just going to click on create, and you can modify the colors according to your needs. So we'll be brought into the Adalo app editor, which is quite straightforward. So we have our drag and drop interface here, ability to add components here and add predefined screens, ability to change the branding. We have an overview of our screens here, our database, some settings, and ability to publish the app to the iOS or Android stores. So what we want to do, first of all, before starting to build this app, I want to create a database structure. So under database, we already have our first collection. Our collection is our so-called data type, basically. So we have a user, as always, he has an email, password, username, and full name. And every time a user opens your app, he will have to sign up or either log in order to come to the home screen. So if a user is logged in already, he will be brought to this screen at first. If he's not logged in, he'll be brought to this screen, and then can either log in or sign up with a new account. So what we want to do, first of all, we want to create a new collection, and we're going to call this collection a product. So this will basically be all the products that we are selling in our e-commerce app, and we can now define the properties within our database collection. So each product has a name. Of course, each product has a price, so let's create that. It's a number and it's a price. Let's save that. We also want to have a description. Okay, so let's add a description field. We want to have an image, so let's add an image here. Okay, great. So you can enter whatever you like, add more information, other kinds of data, but I'm going to leave it as it is right now, keep it simple. I want to add another collection. I'm just going to call this collection category. And this will basically just be the category of our different products. So again, we have our category name, and I'm actually just going to add a category image, and that's going to be it. So category has a name and an image. And the last thing we want to do, we want to add another collection, and this is going to be an order. And each order will consist of a user. Okay, so it will be bound to a user. So we're going to add a relationship to a user, and this is going to be a user can have multiple orders, and one order belongs to one user, obviously. So let's click done. Let's save that. And the order should also have a product. So I'm just going to add another property, another relationship to a product. And again, a product can have multiple orders. No, that's incorrect. A product can only have one order. The order can have multiple products. Okay, that's correct. Let's add that. Let's click done. And we want to add another property, which is a relationship to a product. And we want to have that the order belongs to one product. And a product can also have multiple orders. So let's click done. And that's it. So what we did now, we have our product, our category, and our orders. So every time a user buys a single product, we will just create a new order field, which will be a good way of keeping track of who bought what within your app. So let's go ahead now and start building our app. So let's actually go to database and let's actually create a few products and a few categories, just so we have some placeholder data. So I'm going to click on view edit records. I'm going to add a category. Let's say we're selling, I don't know, food image. You can of course choose any image you like. Let's click save. So we have our first category here. Let's just add another category. Let's call this category services. So basically the two categories we're selling are services and food. Even though it doesn't make sense, I'm just going to use that for demoing purposes. So Let's wait until the image is uploaded, and once it's uploaded, we can click on save. And let's also click done, and let's add a few products as well. So let's go to products, let's go on view edit records, let's add a new product. Let's add a mozzarella. Let's say it's a tasty piece of mozzarella. That's the description and the price. The price, let's say, is 10 or 12. And the order is going to be, or the list of orders is going to stay empty, so we won't have that. Okay. Let's click save. Let's click done. As you might notice already, we don't have a category field within our product category, in our product collection. So let's actually add that. Let's add a property under product, a relationship to a category, and we want to have that a category can have multiple products and a product belongs to one category. So let's click done. Let's save that, and now we should have a relationship also to a category. So if we go back to view edit our records, let's edit this record here. We also want to add a category and want to have this is part of the food category. Okay, let's click save. Done. And let's also add another product. Let's say it's called plumbing. The price is 200. Description is we will help you with plumbing, whatever you want the description to be. And the category is obviously going to be services. So that's it. Let's wait until the image is uploaded. Okay, great. So let's click save and done. So we have our database populated with some placeholder data, and we can now go ahead and start editing our application. So what we're going to do, let's go to the add button, and let's first of all add a menu. So we're going to go to navigation, and we're going to add a tab bar. So the tab bar basically will be our way of navigating within our app. And I want to have a products tab, a categories tab, and an orders tab. So for that means we only need 3 tabs. So the last 2 we don't need. So the 5th tab can be disabled, and the 4th tab can also be disabled. Let's call the first tab, as I said already, products. Okay, and you can find a suitable icon for that. I'm just going to choose maybe a list if they have that. Okay. The second tab is going to be our categories. Okay, and again, you can choose a suitable icon for that. I'm just going to choose this one. And the third tab is going to be our orders. So let's maybe use the money sign. Okay, so we have the structure of our tab menu ready. So that was quite easy. And let's start adding our other screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another screen. So let's click on add a screen. And actually, we're going to use a blank screen. That's the easiest way to do it. So let's add a blank screen. And we're going to call this screen categories. Okay, let's create the screen. Let's actually copy this and paste it here. Okay, let's rename that, the title. Let's say that is the categories. And let's call that the products. Okay, let's add another screen. And this screen is again going to be a blank screen. And we're going to call the screen orders. Okay, and again, I'm going to copy this here, paste it here, and call this my orders. Okay. Next, we have to copy this tab bar. So again, copy Control-C and Control-V. Let's copy it here, and let's copy it here. And we now have to modify some things. So what we're going to do, we're going to go on this first tab, going to go on second tab, and on action, we want to link to the page categories without any transition, so none. Okay. Same thing for the third tab. When the third tab is clicked, we want to link to our orders tab on screen, and we want to have none as a transition. For the second tab here, we want to make the active tab the categories tab because we're in the categories tab, and we want to do the same thing. So when the first tab is clicked, we want to link to the products or the home screen without any transition. And when the third tab is clicked, we want to link to the orders page without any transition. And repeat this thing again for the last tab. Let's make the third tab the active one. So the third tab is the active one. And when the first tab is clicked, I'm going to go home. And when the second tab is clicked, we want to go to categories. Okay. Great. So that should work already now. And let's add our lists basically. So we're going to add back to our components, and we're going to add some lists. So maybe For the products, we're just going to add a simple list. Just select that, drag that inside. You can resize that, make that full screen, however you like. And I'm just going to say, okay, what is this list of? This list is just going to be product, okay? And it's going to be all products. And let's actually sort by the created date, so newest to old. We want the newest product to be displayed first, okay? The title should be the product name, correct? The subtitle should be, and now we can use variables. So clicking on here will give you access to variables, and we want to use the product description, okay? And on the left section, we want to have the image, and the image is of course going to be the current product image. So that's already correct. So that's already it basically. Let's do something similar for the categories. So let's add another list. This time let's maybe add an image list. So let's add an image list here. Let's remove the icon. We don't need that here. So the image list is going to contain the category, okay? And the image is going to be the current category's image, correct? And the title is going to be the current category's name. And that's already it, quite easy. For the orders, we're going to also add a list, and we're going to add a simple list again. It's the easiest way, I think. And it's going to be an order. So that's going to be the list of order. However, we're going to add a filter, and it should be logged in user's order. So only the orders that the logged in user made should be visible to him or her. And of course, he or her should not be able to see any other orders. So again, we can modify that. The title should be the name of the product, maybe. So the product's name of what he ordered. So again, product name. The subtitle could be the price, maybe the product price, or actually maybe the date. So the created date of this order. And the left section could be an image if you want the image of the product again. So product image. Okay, so that's it regarding our main pages. And before we continue building our app, let's first take a preview. So let's click on preview. I'm going to change to iPhone XS Max. And we should be prompted with the sign up page because we're not logged in. So let's take a look at what happens. Okay, so we're brought to the sign up page, and let's sign up. So I'm going to enter our email. Okay. I'm just going to enter a password.